The 8 Democratic candidates running for governor faced off in their first televised debate Thursday night. A local project is looking to narrow the crowded field for Democratic voters. Wisconsin's Choice campaign has been holding forums and conducting a series of online votes in an effort to unify behind one candidate. Its final round of voting begins today. Wisconsin's Choice is a joint project of our Wisconsin Revolution, a group formed after Bernie Sanders' bid for president, and the Wisconsin Working Families Party. The executive director of the Working Families Party, Marina Dmitrievich, joins me now. It's good to have you back on the program.
Love being here. Thank you.
So help us better understand what the purpose of this project is.
Well, we're looking for a people's champion in a very crowded field of primary candidates. Voters are wondering what the differences are and who is the best person suited to take on Scott Walker in November. We want to mobilize thousands of people, bring depth to the conversation, and make sure that our values are highlighted and showcased. So I think we've been able to do that so far.
So today, Sunday, is a big day in this process. You have a forum that's happening in Madison tonight, but you also have the final round of online voting that begins. Describe for us what will happen from this point forward with the project.
Sure. So we've went through 2 rounds already. We got down to 9 candidates and now the top 4. And the top 4 were chosen by the people. Thousands of people across the state of Wisconsin cast their vote. And what's really unique about round 3 is to be the people's champion and win the endorsement, you would need 50% plus 1. And that vote...
So if nobody gets 50%, there's no endorsement?
There's no endorsement, but to vote in round 3, you do have to pledge to take 10 hours of action on behalf of a candidate. So it could be up to 50,000 of hours supporting candidates. So we kind of win either way. It's mobilizing and inspiring folks to get active in this election.
You're trying to get people involved in the race.
It's the only way we're going to win.
So the final 4 candidates, for people who are not familiar with this project, are?
They are Mike McCabe, Kathleen Vinehout, Kelda Helen Royce, and Malin Mitchell, chosen by the people. And
when you say chosen by the people, what have the people been looking for in these candidates? What matches up well with the values that your organization is espousing?
Right. We want a true dedication to public education, protecting our environment, promoting the rights of our undocumented and immigrant families. The list goes on and on, almost the opposite, of course, of what Scott Walker's been doing, but really not just taking our state back, but taking it in a completely different direction, where the values of working families are.
Why is it important to narrow the field? Why can't people just go to the polls on August 14th and say, here are my options, I'm going to pick? Why do you have to help them with that?
Well, I think if you ask the average voter today in the primary election in Wisconsin what the difference between the candidates are, they're still challenged with that. They do seem very similar. On an issue like immigration, we'll take that, for example, that we're going to highlight in our debate on tonight. There's a spectrum of views. It's, do you want to provide tuition, in-state tuition to immigrants? Do you believe in providing IDs and driver's license? I mean, I could go on and on. There's quite a spectrum. And we want to have an in-depth conversation to make sure that voters know who shares their values.
Has the fact that it has been such a large field been a good thing for the Democratic Party, in your opinion?
I think it's a good thing. I think if we look at the past, let's face it, we've been unsuccessful. We've generally had one candidate who has been able to fundraise the most money to emerge to the top. We're pushing back against that. It's not just about money and fundraising, it's who can activate, inspire, and mobilize a base. And that's who's going to push ahead here in August. And we think that by having the forums, asking thousands of people to dedicate hours of service to their candidate, that it's going to show you in this process who the people's champion is, who can inspire people, not just be against Scott Walker, but stand for something. Can
your organization enthusiastically back someone who might not be one of your 4 finalists? For example, if Tony Evers were to emerge after this primary, could your organization get excited about working for Tony Evers? We will. If Tony Evers secures the nomination, I'm sure that we will support him.
Look, we need to change the direction of our state, and we're willing to do what it takes. But we're also trying to find that people's champion. The way to beat Scott Walker is not just to say all the bad things that he's done, but to show a true vision, how to raise wages, give safe, quality education to everybody in Wisconsin, protect the rights of immigrants. We need a complete different direction, and the only way we're going to beat him is with an inspired group of people.
And should there be a people's champion, should someone get 50% plus of the vote, when will that be announced?
Oh, that'll be announced basically a week from when voting starts. So the week after. We have almost a week of voting, then we'll go through the results and we'll announce it.
The director of the Wisconsin Working Families Party, Marina Dmitrievich, Milwaukee County Supervisor. Good to have you back on the program.
Nice to be here.
When we come back, the Republican primary for U.S. Senate. Will voters give one of the candidates a pass on his past?